What is up, YouTube? Back with another trade recap. Today is Wednesday, October 15th, and I am up, I think it was like $700 on evaluation accounts, and I passed my accounts. So I'm going to hop into it. I passed my top step accounts. As you can see, I'm now on Express funded accounts. Time to make money now, boys. I made, I don't think I recapped this yet, but I did make, or I had about 5 or 6 payouts from July through the end of August. And since then, I haven't really been on Express funded accounts since then. So I haven't had any payouts since about the end of August. And we are now in the middle of October. So this could be the time to recover and get back to where I was. Get back to where I was about a month and a half ago. So we're going to hop into the trade recap. I took 3 trades today, I believe. It's like 3 trades. Coming into the day, we had this big 4-hour SMT at the highs right here. So coming into the day, I was bearish just due to that. We had this 1-hour fair value gap right here. Zoom down to the 15-minute. We had London lows right here. This move right here took out London highs, so I didn't mark that out. And then Asia lows all the way down here. At market open, right here, we got a move lower. We inversed this 5-minute fair value gap right here. I'm not sure if we did inverse the 15-minute as well. But the first 5-minute candle after market open inversed this. And down here is around around where I took my first trade. I put a little bit heavier risk on this for the small move it was. I got in after this 1 minute got tapped right here. Just targeting these internal lows right here. It came down, had this little move right here, wicked back up, and then it remanipulated this high right here. It remanipulated, or I guess not remanipulated, but manipulated this high inside of this fair value gap. Also tapping, I believe, yeah, it took this high, so we had a 5-minute change in the state of delivery right here as well. So tapped it perfectly, came back up, manipulated this internal high, tapped it perfectly. I re-entered short around right here, targeting these lows. I took most of my position off. I left 2 runners or 3 runners, and they came back and got stopped out. Yeah. So at that point, I was down around 100 on the day after taking this trade, just because I risked a little bit more than I should have on this trade, and I was a little bit hesitant to put as much on this. So then we came down, had this nice, beautiful manipulation leg, very clean, and then came down, and on the 15-minute, it wicked out of this 15-minute fair value gap while manipulating these lows, these internal lows right here. There's also a 1-hour fair value gap right here that we came and tapped into. Yeah, and then we immediately reversed right out of that. So I liked seeing the manipulation of these lows and these relative equal lows down here inside of this fair value gap. Yeah, there was a 15-minute fair value gap down here as well. So after seeing this, I wanted to see longs. There wasn't really a fair value gap. There was a little 1 minute right here that got inversed. But mainly I was waiting for this change in the state of delivery on the 1 minute to be confident enough to take this trade to these internal highs. So delete these real quick. And honestly, I'll just delete this too. So yes, I waited until this 1 minute change in the state got put in, and then I also waited for a little retrace just so I wasn't entering all the way up here, which would have gave me a 0.84. I waited until we retraced a little bit because I was that confident. Lays around right here. Yeah. I was just very confident in this big move, getting above change in the state and coming back down and rejecting off of it a little bit. I was just confident in getting in here and making sure I got a good enough RR above 1, instead of waiting for extra like volume and getting in like right here for a lower RR. Yeah, I never want to take trades under 1 RR ever. So just wanted to make sure I got a good fill around here. So I did, and we got immediate legs up. Just beautiful displacement out of here. Inverse this 1 minute right here. Came back, messed around in it for a minute, and then pumped right to TP. And it was pretty much exactly, TP was pretty much exactly how much I needed for passing my account. I didn't even calculate that perfectly either. I just put on 10 cons, and it just so happened that $700, what I needed, was right at these highs. So that worked out perfectly. So yeah, those are my trades for the day. And now I'm on express funded accounts again. So now I'm really going to be patient after getting 3 straight very nice trading days and 3 nice wins, or more than 3 wins, but 3 very nice trading days in a row. I'm not going to expect these next 2 days to be as clean as this. I honestly don't really want to take a trade the rest of the week due to, I'm not going to get 5 setups in a week. So, well, statistically, it's not usual to get 5 setups in a week. I might get another setup, but we are nearing all-time highs again. So we'll see. We'll see how Price wants to play. But I'm not going to be eager to take a trade the rest of the week because I'm up. I mean, I passed the account in 3 days, or 4 trading days. Last Friday is when I started it. So, yeah. I made $3K just since Monday, Tuesday, and now we're on Wednesday, and I made $3K on the evaluations, passed them. Now we're on express funded accounts, and now it's time to get some payouts. Again, not going to be eager to take a trade. I don't want to be trigger happy because I just really don't feel like, getting an ego and thinking I'm like the best trader in the world right as I get on my funded accounts, and then just blow them in 2 or 3 days. That's not what I want to do. I want to make sure I'm staying disciplined and staying hesitant. I don't want to, well, not hesitant, I don't know if that's the right word, but staying cautious, I think is the right word I should use. Staying cautious and making sure I'm taking really good setups. So the last 3 days I've been taking very clean setups compared to the setups that have been given over the past month or so. There hasn't been, at least for me, there hasn't been too many super clean setups. So to have 3 straight days this clean, in my opinion, it's been very, very nice to get. But again, I can't expect this the rest of the week or even, continuing moving forward. I need to make sure that I don't get trigger happy or tempt myself to blow my accounts or tempt myself to blow up and overtrade. That's exactly what we want to avoid. And I'm looking forward to seeing my performance on these express accounts. I just want to make sure I'm taking confident trades, taking trades that I'm personally confident in and that I have conviction in when I enter the markets. And something I need to remember is just I can't make money if I don't risk. I can't make money if I'm confident on a trade. That's a problem that I had before. I would over leverage on, or I would risk normally on trades I lose. And then when I see a trade that I like, I only risk a couple hundred on it, and I only make like 300 because I'm scared to lose. And then when I do risk my full, I lose, and it messes up my numbers because if I'm risking full on a loss, or if I'm risking full and I lose, and I risk lighter and I win, that just skews the numbers. I'm losing twice as much as I'm making. So I'm just trying to make sure if I'm confident in a setup, confident enough to put a trade on, I should be risking my full position. And on XFA, that first trade, unless I'm like not super confident, but I want to throw something on there for a winning day, if it's confident enough, I'm gonna put probably 1,000 risk on, because if I put 1,000 risk on, get a 1.5 R trade, that's $1,500, and then I'll scale down from there to get my winning days. I'll just risk 200 on the other trades. So if I'm up 1,500 on my first trade, that gets a 1,500 buffer on 2 accounts, and then 200 for 4 more days. That's 800 more on each account. So that's 2,300 right there on each account. And that's a $2,300 payout because I have 2 accounts and you can withdraw 50%. So if I withdraw 50% from this account, if I have 2,300, that is that 15 or no, it's 1150. It's 1150 on both accounts. That's $2,300 payout. So that's my strategy. That was my strategy 2 months ago when I got roughly 5 payouts. That's what I did. I would just risk heavier on the first trade, catch a win. It would have to be a really confident trade. I don't want to risk anything crazy on a mid trade, like a B plus setup. I want to make sure it's A plus. And so that's the strategy moving forward. Heavy risk on the first, scale down, maybe potentially risk heavier on the second, but I just want to ensure a payout on this first payout. So after this first payout, heavy risk on the first trade, scale down, and on the second, once I get that first payout, the second payout is where I want to play a little bit more aggressive and scale up on the first 2 trades. So if I win, if I have a $1,500 day, 2 days on each account, that's $3K right already, and then the 3 more winning days that I need, that's 3,600. That is 1,800 on both. That's a $3,600 payout. So that's the plan moving forward, and that's probably gonna end it for this trade recap. Hopefully the next trade recap I make, XFA, it's a win, and I'll be on my way to getting my first payout in a while. So stay tuned. Let me know if you have any questions. Hope you guys are enjoying the journey so far. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys later.